How to trap a groundhog. Groundhogs, also known as woodchucks, can be a source of frustration for homeowners when they dig up gardens and burrow under structures. Is a groundhog wreaking havoc in your garden? Groundhogs have a big appetite for vegetables and legumes, and many gardeners and farmers turn to trapping as the best solution. To trap a groundhog, you have to know the creature's habits and lure him out of his burrow to take the bait. It's not an easy process, but soon your vegetable garden will be able to grow freely again. If you're dealing with a groundhog problem, this video is your guide to trapping these critters safely and humanely. We'll walk you through the step-by-step process of setting up a groundhog trap, ensuring a quick and responsible solution for both you and the groundhog. How to pick a groundhog trap. There are a few different styles of groundhog trap. Most look like simple metal cages with a door that swings closed when the animal steps on a pressure plate. These have handles so the user can pick it up and move the woodchuck to a new area. When choosing a cage-style trap, you should look at 1. Metal strength so the groundhog can't chew their way out. 2. Size, since woodchucks are large. Look for something with at least 15-24 inches of space. 3. External handles. An angry woodchuck might bite through the cage, so handles are necessary for moving the cage. While manufacturers do create traps which hurt or kill groundhogs, these are losing favor in the United States as more and more people don't want to hurt the animals. These can be purchased, but ones which injure will require you to either move the wounded animal or kill it yourself. Welcome to The Guardian's Choice. This video will tell you how to planning to trapping the groundhog, and setting it free. So keep watching, get your solution, and enjoy. Things you'll need. Wire animal trap. Mild or unscented dish soap. Rubber gloves. Cloth sheet. Expert tips. 1. Get to know the laws in your area before trapping and relocating a groundhog. 2. Groundhogs are diurnal creatures and most active during the morning and late afternoon. Disengage a set trap during evening hours to prevent catching an unwanted critter. 3. Groundhogs avoid humans and will avoid a trap if it carries human scent. Clean your trap each time before you use it, and always wear gloves when you handle the trap even when it's empty. 4. Anchor your trap by placing a brick on top of it so that it doesn't rattle and startle the groundhog when it enters. 5. Lead your groundhog into the trap by placing logs in a V or funnel shape outside of the entrance. Method 1. Planning to trap. Number 1. Decide what type of trap to use. There are two types of traps available for groundhogs: traps that kill the groundhogs immediately and traps that keep them alive, so you can take them somewhere and release them. Because the traps that kill groundhogs are dangerous to use and often end up killing house pets and other animals, they are illegal in many places. The safer and more humane option is a live trap, which uses bait to lure the groundhog into a cage that has a door that will lock shut. These traps are available at garden supply stores and can be reused as often as necessary. If you prefer to use a trap that kills the groundhog and it's legal in your state to do so, call a professional groundhog extermination service to have them set the trap and deal with the groundhog after it's been caught. This is not recommended if you have pets that may wander near the trap. Relocating groundhogs is also illegal in some areas. If this is the case in your region, you'll need to call animal control to dispose of the groundhog on your property. Number 2. Set the trap in the early spring. In the spring, groundhogs are active, but they haven't yet given birth to their young. Trapping them before the babies are born will prevent you from having extra groundhogs to deal with. Another benefit of trapping in spring is that the tunnels are easier to spot, since no foliage is covering them. Finally, groundhogs are extra hungry this time of year because their favorite foods have yet to sprout. This means they'll be easily enticed by the bait you set out. Plan to trap groundhogs in early spring, before the flowers and leaves come out in full force. You can also trap groundhogs in the fall. Number 3. Find a groundhog hole. The best place to set the trap is close to the entrance hole to the groundhog's burrow. To find the hole, look for a place where the dirt at the ground surface is disturbed, and follow it to a small hole or caved-in spot. You'll want to set the trap 5 to 10 feet, 1.5 to 3.0 m from the hole to make sure it's within easy reach. Determine where the groundhog high traffic area is by looking for footprints, trails, or where the most damage has been done to your crops. Select holes in these high traffic areas for your traps. Did this video help you? Let's comment below, yes or no. Method 2. Trapping the groundhog. Number 1. Wash the trap. Clean it well with mild or unscented dish soap to remove any human scent on it. The groundhog will be more likely to approach the trap if it doesn't smell like you. From this point forward, handle the trap with rubber gloves on to avoid transferring your scent back to it. Number 2. Anchor the trap. Weight your trap down so that it does not shake when the animal enters. The shaking may spook the groundhog, and it may not enter far enough to become trapped. You can weight it by placing a heavy rock in the back of the trap or putting rocks on top of the trap. Number 3. Conceal the trap. Groundhogs won't be likely to walk into a shiny new trap. You'll have a better chance of catching a groundhog if you conceal it by covering it with some vegetation, like branches and leaves. You could also hide the metal with a burlap sack or some pieces of wood to make it look less like a trap. Number 4. Bait the trap. Scatter some vegetables like lettuce, carrots, and celery inside the trap. Choose foods that's specifically grown in your garden or crop area that you know the groundhog likes to eat, because you've seen the evidence. You can also buy a product called woodchuck lure that attracts groundhogs very well. Number 5. Set the trap to stay open at first. Set it so that it stays open for the first few days, so that the groundhog will get used to it and feel safe going inside to get the bait. After 3 or so days, change the setting so that the door will close behind the groundhog next time it wanders inside. Number 6. Check the trap regularly. If you are using a live trap, it is inhumane to leave the animal in a trap without water and exposed to the elements for long periods of time. Make sure that you remove the animal from your property shortly after it has been caught. Did this video help you? Let's comment below, yes or no. Method 3. Setting it free. Number 1. Cover your trap. Cover your trap with a cloth sheet after you have caught your groundhog. This will calm the animal down so you can go about the business of transporting it. Number 2. Transport the animal to its new location. Choose a wooded area far enough away from your property that it won't return at least 10 miles, 16 kilometers. The area should offer plenty of shade and have an easily accessible water source. Speak to local law enforcement or to an area conservation office to find out the best place to release the groundhog. There may be laws dictating where it should be released. Number 3. Release the groundhog. Set the trap down when you find the appropriate location, remove the sheet and open the door. Make sure you allow yourself enough time for the groundhog to remove itself from the trap on its own accord. Do not get too close to the groundhog. Groundhog's teeth are quite sharp, and you could end up with a bad bite if you aren't careful. Did this video help you? Let's comment below, yes or no. Remove groundhog attractants. 1. Harvesting crops like beans, peas, and melons as early as possible. 2. Trimming back plants that groundhogs may eat or use for cover. 3. Removing piles of debris, rocks and/or wood. 4. Filling abandoned burrows with gravel, or covering them with wire mesh or fencing. Tips. 1. Don't forget the bungee. Attach it to the release of the live trap so that when you open the trap to free the critter, you can stay as far back as possible from it attempting to get out. This will avoid possible bites or scratches. 2. Wash the groundhog trap between trappings because caged animals can urinate themselves, which in turn leaves an odor on the trap. 3. Maintain your lawn and install chicken wire or wire mesh around your garden area as follow-up measures to keep groundhogs away from your plants. Proper lawn maintenance helps you remove potential hiding places, and fencing keeps the animals away from your plants. Warnings. Similar to many other animals, woodchucks or groundhogs carry disease. Be careful to not get bitten or scratched. If you do, see your doctor for a checkup. Did this video help you? Let's comment below, yes or no.